DraftKings CEO and co-founder Jason Robins joins us. It's interesting, right? Initially, that was the reaction. Disappointment, second quarter earnings. There were favorable sports outcomes. There was promotional spending. And then this morning, everyone, was like, actually, you know what? The World Cup seems to have some tailwind with it.
Well, I think that really what you're seeing is that after having a little time to digest and hear some of the context, people understand how strong a position DraftKings is in from a business perspective right now. Our core business is on track to do about $1 billion in adjusted EBITDA this year. Just a few years ago, we were losing money in that business. Now it's a very strong cash flow generator for us. And we see really strong traction on predictions, enormous growth over the last month or two. And the best time of year is about to come with the fall season and NFL and everything that brings.
Okay, bear with me, but apparently people were betting on whether you would say Kalshi on the earnings call. Prediction markets are a factor. Just react to that, Jason, please.
Well, making trades on whether someone is going to say something on an earnings call probably isn't something that I think should be out there, in my opinion. But nevertheless, I understand it is. I didn't know that, though. I didn't read it. I don't remember. I don't think I said that.
Noted.
So, no.
Noted.
Hopefully, not too many people took the positive side of that one.
Jason, can you just explain the World Cup? How it manifested for DraftKings, the behavior of people that went to DraftKings during it, and whether there is some momentum carried out of it for the second half of this year?
I mean, World Cup on pretty much every metric that we look at exceeded our expectations. We acquired more customers. That was both true of predictions, but also true of our online sports betting business. We were way better than we expected from an acquisition standpoint. We ended up having much more efficient acquisition, too. Our CACs were 25% lower than we expected. Total engagement was big. We had a really strong increase in MUPs, as we published in our report. Also saw really strong post-World Cup engagement. Probably the most exciting thing to me, because a lot of people are probably thinking, us included, this World Cup audience, are they going to stick around, or is it sort of come, bet on the World Cup, trade on the World Cup, and done? Not at all the case. July, we actually saw a 20% handle increase after the World Cup ended, which is an enormous number compared to where we were going into it. So you're absolutely right. I think a lot of momentum coming out of the World Cup, right going into our most important time of year, so it couldn't have been timed better.
And Jason, very quickly, those were people that went to DraftKings maybe for the first time in the World Cup and then stayed?
A lot of them were people that had played previously and activated and continued to play afterwards. Remember, after NFL ends, sometimes a lot of customers go dormant. So these big moments are really, great opportunities to get people to engage with the product again. And you never know if they're going to drop off or not. We see that sometimes, or if they're going to continue. And at least for the World Cup audience, it seems like both the new customers and the ones who reactivated are all continuing to play through July. And I think coming into August and September, when we have our most busy time of year, it's going to only continue.
Jason, in prediction markets, the field of players seem very focused on how they communicate with the under 21 category. What is DraftKings' policy and approach basically to marketing to that demographic quickly?
Well, I think this is an important distinction between DraftKings and some of these other companies out there. We are not, as you see some of them doing, marketing that you can pay your rent money and marketing to college campuses on fraternities and things like that. We are focusing on marketing to adults and positioning this as an entertainment product, which I think is the right way to do it. And, listen, those are things that right now are getting a little bit of scrutiny, and I think eventually they'll get reined in, but that's not up to us. But I do think it's something that we feel like we are really, as a long-time trusted brand that's been out there for a long time and plays the long game and really understands, it's not as much as it might get you short-term volumes. That's not what you want to be doing, marketing on college campuses and things like that.